Hi guys, it is Anne. I just thought I'd come on and do a live. I've actually never done a live before, if you can believe it. It's Friday night, and I know a lot of us are probably stuck at home, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to feel like you're with your gang of people, and with going through this process of transforming, of ascension, 5D and all this, it's really hard to find people in your direct vicinity that feel the same way as you, especially if you are experiencing 5D. So you guys are really my family here when it comes to this stuff, because there really isn't a lot of people out there who understand this kind of conversation. So I'll just pretend that we're in the room together, because it's pretty exciting times. I mean, I've just been buzzing around, literally buzzing around all day, tripping around, it seems like, floating around. It is extremely powerful energy that is coming through. And it is, the more that we experience this energy, I've been going through this process for, quite a long time, and I still get surprised by really how powerful it really is, because just when I think I've hit a peak, going, it cannot possibly get more powerful than this, certainly more waves come in, and it is very dynamic. That is for sure. So yeah, and it's really hard to put into words. The more and the longer you're in this process, you realize that this learning here, this elevation into understanding, kind of, our limited minds can understand, but higher consciousness, it's really beyond words. It is a feeling. It truly is something that can't be properly described in words, and it makes this job really difficult, because for each person, this process and this experience is so different. But I know that we can relate, most of us here, knowing that something big is happening and something big is changing and transpiring, and it's super exciting for me personally to see this become such a popular topic, to see so many people that are going through this process of ascension, of I think more of it as a personal transformation journey. I mean, that's what I have personally been experiencing, and part of my mission here is to have experienced some very difficult times to get to this point of even having the confidence to share with you guys. And I thank you so much. I'm so grateful to have been introduced to so many wonderful, beautiful individuals who take the time to comment and share their thoughts. We help each other throughout this process, so that is super exciting. So really, I just wanted to come on and just have a chat, explain what I'm feeling these energies are. And we have to remember that this process, especially now, is everybody is at so many different levels of their own transformation. So it's increasingly difficult to capture a message that is going to relate to everyone. I mean, my mission has always been to help and inspire others with my gift. 8 years ago, I was fighting for my life. I literally was fighting for my life. I'm always grateful every day to be here. I've had to go through some tremendously difficult experiences and challenges, and I certainly have had to learn about being heart-centered, and that is my mission first and foremost, is how important it is to come from a place of love. And I think the biggest energy that I'm feeling when we go through these shifts and we feel these highs, it is just a tingling sensation, like right now, that is coming from a higher place, that is coming from somewhere that can't easily be described, that comes from somewhere that we have to shed so many layers to experience, and we have to really allow. But when we do that, and when we get these kicks, these clues, and these experiences that help show us that we are making progress, that's when we know we need to keep going. And wow, there's so many people right now that are awakening, because when we're feeling these surges, in my opinion, these are the people coming on board that are recognizing that something needs to change, that there's something within our own lives that require our attention, something that we've been pushing aside that is coming up for resolution, things that we have been in denial about come forward, in sometimes a very hard way if we don't listen. And I know that from experience. And it's that which starts the process of, deciding, yes, I really want and I really desire to bring about change. So it is an individual journey, right? It is something that is what is transforming in us. And this is affecting the collective consciousness. And this is the power. This is our power that we own. And this is the power that we're learning about right now. And this is the beauty of this magical experience, is that you can literally transform your life through your thoughts, through your beliefs, and just through the feeling that, yes, I want more. I want to feel more, whatever it may be for you. And that energy in itself is the catalyst to your transformation and change. And I'm telling you, no matter where you're at on this journey, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. A big energy right now, I'm just going to talk about kind of what's on the table right now first. We've come through so many different phases of this journey. It continues to cycle. So we go back through things, we rise up, we go back through things. If we received all of everything we need to know, every piece of density within us at once, it would just be too much. So it's a good thing it doesn't happen all at once, because it is a difficult emotional experience for some. For me, it was, and it gets easier with time, but it is certainly a lot of work. But one of the major energies that is really kind of cool coming through is this people's energy is no longer really affecting us. So it takes a lot of mastery and skill to get, this is a work in progress every single day almost, because once we start to realize the amount of programming that we have received that is creating our belief systems, when we start to break down all of those elements of where my programming came from, it is overwhelming. But when we start to tear away the layers and the pieces, and I've talked about this before, it's like it really is, everybody is responsible for their own energy. And when you break through into that level of, that is somebody else going through their own experience, and not recognizing that, in denial that it even exists, more of an ego-driven or unconscious level, and that's fine. But it doesn't have to affect me because I'm on my own path and I'm on my own journey and I'm moving through my own life. And there's a whole bunch of different ramifications around that, especially when we are dealing with others in our lives, especially people that are close to us and family. They're the biggest catalyst for change, I think, relationships especially, than any other thing. They are big clues to our increase in consciousness. And I know there's some comments coming in, and I really appreciate that. I'm not great at this. I'm doing this on my phone, so I don't actually I can't really see them scroll up to reply to. If there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And I thank you for commenting because it makes me feel like, well, there's 33 people on, so that's cool. But it's pretty neat. I'm going to say it's pretty neat because, if you're looking for some sort of major, I'm getting so many things coming. I'm getting so much coming in every minute of the day. We are all receiving clues and insights to our own journey and into our own transformation. So really pay attention to what energy is coming in, what clues are being sent to you. And it's so important to keep this right now, especially. We are able to really grasp what is our own energy, big leaps in not absorbing others. And it's really important right now to keep subtly driving to where it is you see us collectively moving to, where you see where your life, you can enhance your life, where you want to move to, visualization, feeling it. Even if it doesn't exist in your life right now, that is really super important and one of the keys to doing this. And this probably isn't new news to a lot of people, but the programming, the belief systems, and the energy of these days is so strong that it's very easy to come off course. I know that because I'm constantly, lately, really having to work hard, or really having to remain conscious, better way to say that, about where my thoughts are going. So this is coming up for trigger, this is a trigger, this is coming up for release. Let me accept that. Let me understand that is there, that energy, that feeling exists, and it's okay, there's nothing wrong with me. And let me also remind myself, after staying there for a while, to pick myself back up and move to the next track. And that is remembering why I'm here, that I want to feel different. I want to contribute to my own life. I want to be the creator of my own vision, and to shift into that. Whenever you consciously become aware of this happening to you. And it's that constant interaction with your consciousness that allows over time the shift to occur, because it is very ingrained, some of these belief systems, very ingrained. I was getting today, for myself personally, a lot of ancestral, when I'm looking back, I'm getting reflections back on my life, experiences on my life, and how I've changed so much. I've been through so many iterations of myself, yet deep inside, I'm still the same soul that's always been there supporting me, even if the outside mask has changed in other people's perspective. It's just been a tremendous time of growth. So it's important to remember to kind of shift back, step back, surrender to the process, and keep going through it. And that in itself is why we are experiencing these higher frequencies, why we are feeling this energetic shift on such a powerful level. And it is absolutely amazing. All of you are amazing because we are doing this. And there are advocates through of this process everywhere. And we are the silent light workers. We are just by working on ourselves, by working through some of our challenges, and by stepping forward as warriors. And oh my goodness, there is a big thing that came through for me a couple days ago, and it's called, I call this the sensitive warrior. Now that sounds like an oxymoron, but to me, this is the power of now. We are sensitive warriors. We're really starting to see that it's that sensitivity, that feeling. That is the power of now, and that is the power of radical change. And so many have grown up as fairly highly sensitive or empathic people, not recognizing this capability, and not recognizing this as something to be cherished. And it has hurt and harmed so many, because I know for myself and from my own experience that I took on energies of others my whole life, including, a lot of, abandonment and neglect as a child, which has affected me my whole life. But coming to terms with the power of having this ability to just feel so strongly, and to not have this understood, especially as a child, has a huge impact on us. So I really think that right now, when we really start to embrace that child within us, and when we really start to embrace what having this ability actually means, it is really, and I'm going to use this word again, another catalyst for this change. And it is like, I get this, I understand now, I have the ability to manage my energy, to know what's mine, what's not mine. I can now become that warrior. And powerful change is coming as a result to stand in your own sense of self, to actually really feel that you are 100% responsible for your life. I know that may be triggering to some people, but that is what we have to remember. No one's going to come in and fix us. It is a process of change, big change. And we have seen a lot of that change happen. It just continues to go on. So I think for the light workers, we are feeling the support right now. Huge energetic support. These higher frequencies are, they're so interesting to navigate because there's so much potential in the portals that present themselves. So listen to what you get through. Now this is, again, we have to sometimes go through this journey of the difficulty. I know there's a lot of talk about, you can't just be love and light and everything else. No, but you can certainly remaining positive. Having a positive perspective is important. And I do these, and I really want to have a very positive, I feel the energies, and I feel very positive about it, and I'm feeling that we are making a big change here. But this does not come without having my bad days. This does not come without slipping down and back again. This does not come with having memories of severe trauma, of PTSD, of anxiety, of depression, of narcissistic abuse, and all those things, and a heart transplant, just to name a few, of all the things that I have been through in my life. This is always a work. My health is something that is just, this is what I'm given to deal with. As a result of what I went through, I'm very, very grateful to be here. But I am a warrior, but I come from the heart, and this is a challenge sometimes. I'm being very open here in this live. This is a challenge sometimes because we want to slip back into blame and victim programming and fear, because when you're talking about your health, it is something that is pronouncing itself worldwide. So that's a lot of what people are feeling. And it is really watching where your thoughts go from many different aspects, and really trying to pull in this higher level of understanding as to we're so much more than we were led to believe. And this glass, this ceiling, whatever you want to call it, is just breaking. We're breaking through that. And that's the energy that I feel, and we're getting more and more clues about this. Everything is just happening. There's so much chaos, and the only way I get through this is to really remain focused on my energy, to really remain focused on what it is I want. I am living in a limitless viewpoint, and to tune out of all of the energetic rhetoric of what some call 3D. I am really careful with my own energy. This is part of what my purpose in this position, this place, but to continue to move forward with my life and our energy it's catchy once you get to the point where you're not dealing with absorbing all the energy of other people. We can really get to the point where we can, what we share from our heart is just a vibrational frequency. And this is really what the bottom line is. So I've seen, people I hang out with in terms of dog walking and stuff, so many shifts happen within them that they don't even know are occurring. I usually just step back. But the positivity and the energies and staying in positive conversation are simple things that we can do to really bring about this change in such a subtle way that others don't even really know it's happening. And I'm feeling it in people who don't, know anything really about this process. So to me, that's pretty cool. I'd really wish I knew what you guys were experiencing. I think a lot of the same thing. It's like pow. And the Schumann resonance, I want to talk about that as well, because I know that there's a lot of people that report on the Schumann, and so many different viewpoints on this process, which is just fantastic. There's so many light workers in so many different roles and so many different aspects. It's so cool to just sort of pick up on everybody in their own particular role. I know for me, I just feel the Schumann. I've always just had that human Schumann viewpoint. I've never really watched it that closely. I know about it. I certainly know about the solar flares and all of those things, and they all play their role. But when I report this, and even astrology for that matter, I have studied astrology to quite some extent, but I don't use any of those tools in isolation. I more am in tuned with what I'm getting in, and I think that's important to remember, because sometimes we can be led down a way of thinking by studying and analyzing too much of what, scientifically this is the way things are. So there's a balance there that I like to sort of hold on to, because it's this unknown energy, this feeling energy that we are being asked really to really pay attention to, because if we focus too much on, I'm supposed to feel this way because of this, it takes away from the higher self's ability to function in its full energetic purpose. And so they are energetic guide points for sure. There's no doubt about it. But I personally like to sort of take everything in, but more so what I'm feeling intuitively more than anything. So I just wanted to explain how I function. I'm certainly aware of so many different aspects of so much research. I am a researchaholic. There's no question. I understand a lot of things at many different levels, but when I communicate with you, it's more coming from, definitely coming from my heart and from what I'm being asked to share, and trying to really help you guys, help everybody, help anybody who listens, who's interested, really feel like you're not alone on this, and to keep going, because I was, I worked in the corporate world for a long time, and a big business. And I knew early on in my life that I was different. I've always been slightly different. I've always had something about me that I triggered other people or couldn't relate to. Something really massively big had to actually happen in my life in order for me to get this and to move into this whole new way of looking at life. Like, I never thought I would be doing these kind of videos. That's for sure. So yeah, big changes. Be open to anything. Don't be afraid to move forward with stuff that scares you. It's where we make the biggest leaps and strides. It is amazing time, guys. Thank you to the people who decided to join in. I know I didn't announce this. If you're interested in me doing more of these, I'd be happy to hear your comments or to address any questions you have, and to schedule them so you can actually know when they're coming up. Thank you so much for this Friday night chat. It was 27 minutes, so I think that's long enough for this go round. Cheers, everybody, and happy weekend. Bye.